All right, this is the Democratic Socialist Libertarian. I am here with an authentic French vest mademoiselle who represents herself as a yellow vest person.
Yeah.
And she's here in America taking part of
For
the
the
political...
first time
Oh, the first time.
in Brooklyn.
Oh, in Brooklyn. I'm so honored to share this with you.
I
what-
take the plane for the first time too.
Wow, this is my... All right, we'll touch on that. So the first question is, what is your name?
My name,
You said Laura, right?
Laura.
Laura, okay, sorry, I'm a little... We've been,
No problem.
Yes. So, my apologies. So, Laura, now you had said you were in school. Now, you don't have, maybe you don't want to compromise your personal information, but do you feel okay saying what you're studying?
I'm a nurse to school. I'm a nurse student. I'm studying to become nurse.
All right, so that's really interesting. So that shows people come from all diverse walks of life. You're in nursing,
Yeah.
and the Yellow Vest seems to be like, the people's movement. In
Yeah.
a way.
People from everywhere. Like there is a lot of retirees is the name, because they have time and it's a movement that takes a lot of time. But there is also people from the automobile, work in factory,
Factories.
and really a lot of people from healthy world, like nurse, like
Nurse, okay.
nurse helper. I don't know the
Assistant
name in
nurse.
the yeah.
Or what they would
assistant
call
nurse.
I think it's an LN in the United States, something like that. Right? Yeah.
It's aide-soignante
Yeah.
en français.
Got it.
And also students and I don't know, like people who are private from a job. I don't know the name.
I got it. Private work. People work for small
The
businesses.
employed.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
work for small businesses. Got it.
Yeah. A lot of employed, but that because it became more and more difficult in France to have a real work with a real contract. I don't know, it's the cool word.
Like you're saying,
You know
there's no
what-
workers' rights because they're making you work without contracts or any arrangements.
Yes.
If you get sick, you don't get paid.
Yeah,
I got it. It's called, in America, we call it neoliberalism.
yeah.
Neoliberalism. All right, so now what blew my mind is they elected in France a guy named Macron,
Yes.
and when I heard he was a banker who worked for Rothschilds. So I thought this was a conspiracy theory, but then I looked it up, and he really did work for the Rothschilds Bank. This is the president of France. That's really crazy. How did people wake up and say, "Wait a minute, our president is a banker"? How did that happen?
Because Macron was the minister of economical stuff in France during a few years in the last government. It was at the Socialist Party in France, and when it becomes the time of the presidential election, he said like he's not on a party like a Socialist Party or anyway. He wanna build his own party, whose name is En Marche, La République En Marche. It means walking.
La République En Marche.
En Marche, ouais.
Okay.
En Marche, Emmanuel Macron. We don't know, but the slogan on the sign, it was EM. En Marche. It means
Emmanuel Macron.
it means let's go. Let's
Forward.
yeah, we have to go. It's
We have
the republic have the republic is walking. It means that, and so a lot of people thought that okay, it's a new guy from nowhere, not really nowhere, but they thought that why not? It's a guy from nowhere. It's the youngest president of France of every time, of
all time. I guess.
of all time, yeah. And somebody thought that is cute, maybe, like
Trudeau in Canada. Obama.
The grandma of one of my friends is totally in that way with this guy. It's like if it's an and play like we have to vote for him or him or him because he's like I don't know television show with
A reality star.
singer, reality show.
He's a performer. He's an actor.
Like reality TV, some people vote just because he's cute, because he's young, because never they voted for an unknown party which had just been created. So maybe that's why. And there is also like he's not an unknown person. He's like he had worked for a very long time in a bank. Is a real representative of the bourgeoisie, I think. So all the bosses and the people from the high class, the rich people, had voted for him, but on because of his political, because he's able to defend the rich interests.
Got it.
And so that's why now the workers say no to Macron and do the yellow vest, because it's like an working class movement, and Macron totally represents the rich guy. He really represents against the poor. It's horrible. You have to hear him sometime because he's horrible. Arrogance, horrible.
He is part of the 1%.
Oh yes, totally.
Yeah,
totally. And he's really good representative of the 1%.
Absolutely.
Because he speaks really, really clearly. He got a really good French, good,
diction.
Yes, and he got a really good
education
and literature culture.
Right.
So yeah, and his wife is a literature teacher.
Yeah, that was his teacher.
Yeah.
That always blew my mind.
Anyway.
It's
not the point. I don't want to speak about
we
her.
Americans, we're sex obsessed.
Yeah, but
we won't go there. Okay, so so the next question is, we're going to close it up. One final question: are yellow vests being harmed? Are the police are they reacting to the yellow vests? Or are yellow vests being imprisoned? Are they being shot?
Yeah.
Are they being tortured? What's going on?
At the beginning, the yellow vest thought that policemen are here to protect us against I don't know what, maybe migrants, because they do not. And after the first or second demo, they understood that policemen are here to defend the same rich Macron is defending.
Yeah.
And so they understood that the police is quite an part of the state, like it's the harmed arm of the state.
Yeah.
And yes, because the yellow vest is quite something unbelievable in this movement, and it's powerful, I think. So the policemen are really brutal.
Yes.
With the yellow vests. Some people had lost eyes.
Oh wow!
Because they use weapon. Normally they had to shot on the legs.
They're shooting for the head.
Yeah.
That is some bullshit. We got to wrap this up. But I just want to thank Laura, the French yellow vest.
Yeah.
Mademoiselle Laura.
I'm
going to let you smoke your cigarette. And let me just say, she's using this French tobacco that is out of this world. So I'm very impressed with the French tobacco.
You want some?
Yeah. I'm trying to do this. All right, this is Democratic Socialist Libertarian. Thanks for listening.